This is, I don't know, maybe our fifth one so far. I'm doing these monthly. I'm dedicated to doing them monthly. I would love to hear from you as you're coming in. Where are you from? Just, you can put a town, you can put a state, you can put a country. So we can get an idea of where you're joining from. It's always fun to see what a global community this is. Hey, Las Vegas, North Carolina, Utah, Boston, San Diego, another Utah, Germany, Italy, Utah. Well, Utah represents today. Ireland, Canada, North Carolina, Guatemala, Oregon, New York City, Missouri, Kentucky, Michigan, Johannesburg, Boston, Canada, Hans and Vivi from Sarasota. Woo! Very good friends of mine. All right, gosh, we've got a lot covered here. Montreal, San Francisco, Belgium, Germany. Awesome, you guys. Thank you. I just like to see who all, where you're all from. Netherlands. That's a great thing about Zoom. You can tune in from everywhere. All right, so thank you for being here. I love doing these meditations, and I love being on Zoom live with all of you. And just so I have kind of an understanding of how many people have been on either a live Zoom meditation with Alkywan before, with me or with Gary, or how many of you actually have your own Alkywan technology. Just put it in the chat. Yes, if you've been on a Zoom before, and if you have your own, you can say I do. First time, brand new, a lot of yeses, yes and yes. Great, we got a whole mix. Lots of people have been here before. And so Olivia, will you also make sure that people are muted?
Absolutely.
And
By
just
the way,
as,
Sheila,
okay, I
I
need to,
just wanted to let you know, I don't know if you noticed, but we're kind of matching today, and I just wanted to let everybody know, no, we did not coordinate our what we're wearing.
where are you? Let me see you. Now I can't find you again. Oh, there you are. Yes. Yeah, we did. Well, I'll tell you something. I love to wear green. Green, emerald green is my favorite color to wear. And I almost always use a green screen. And somebody is, let's mute because somebody is kind of loud. There we go. Thanks, Olivia. Okay, that takes care of the background noise. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay, great.
perfectly.
I know everybody
Yes,
got muted. It said I was still muted. Okay, technical stuff.
yes,
So I love to wear green, and I usually have a green screen with a wild background. So I'm at a friend's house. Most of you know, or some of you know anyway, that I live in Florida, the Gulf Coast of Florida. We did get hit by Hurricane Ian. I have been out of power for almost a week. My house does not have power. Thanks to having wonderful friends such as Hans and Vivi, who are here today. They lent me their generator so I can keep some of my basic things going, like a refrigerator, and plug in at night, charge my phone, things like that. But it's really down to just the essentials at my house. And then other wonderful friends have lent me Suzanne Gerber. She's an astrologer, and she's been on 3 of my summits. She's out of town right now, but I am in her office today. So I'm just so grateful for all of my friends in Sarasota and Bradenton and the area that have been taking care of me through this crazy time. A week without power can be a real challenge. And nevertheless, we persevere, and it's been interesting. So during this time, over the last week, since this hurricane blew through, it hasn't been quite a week yet, but a lot has gone down and a lot has happened. It's very difficult to run the Alchemy of Ascension season 6 with 10 live shows in October without power, without internet. And simultaneously, I've gotten to feel the love and support and care of so many people. If you're somebody who's messaging me or emailing me, please know I'm about 1 to 200 emails behind right now. So I do eventually get to them all, but be tenacious, try again if it's important, get yourself back to the top of my list. Some of those are just gonna end up getting lost because there's only one of me and I do answer my own email. And I do have a wonderful support team. I lost 2 of my support team at the beginning of the summit as well. So that has been extra challenging. So this time of my life has been both challenging and difficult, and also so powerful, cleansing, clearing, and activating. While I feel like I've had a lot of loss of certain things, certainly not major, like I haven't lost any loved ones. I haven't lost my home, as so many people did south of me in Fort Myers and those areas. But there have been losses in this experience, and what I've gained is so much more valuable because I know this is how diamonds are created. You know, the pressure makes us stronger. It makes the light shine brighter. And I'm grateful for this experience. As difficult as it's been, I've gotten to also experience more connection, more love, more expansion than I would have believed possible. And that has really expanded my heart and my ability to connect with all of you and with the divine. And that's really what it's all about. And so I had a moment the other day while I was just getting really tired of not having hot water, not being able to heat up food. I have trouble getting the generator going, or it's too tight. I can't get the cap off to put gas in. And who knew I'd learn to run a generator too? I'd never done that before. But I was just having a moment where I was frustrated. I was just frustrated. And like, of all the times in my life, I'm doing a summit right now. I have 10 live events scheduled in October. Why now? And I'm asking the divine, why now? Why would you put all of this in my lap right now? And what I heard back was very simple. And what divine said back to me was, stop complaining. Stop complaining. And it really sunk in. And, you know, I just really got to count my blessings then. I'm like, you're right. You're right. I am so blessed. We are so blessed to be here now, to get to experience this ascension, to have amazing people around us and community, to get to connect with each other. I mean, I'm taken care of no matter what. I had so many people reaching out to me, offering help. I got to learn to accept help more. I got to learn to be a better receiver. I'm pretty good at giving, but to be a receiver is difficult for me. It's uncomfortable. It's, you know, it creates discomfort. And to get more comfortable with allowing myself to be uncomfortable, because I don't know what's coming in the future. There could be times that are more difficult than this, certainly, right? We never know. We get to count our blessings every day and be grateful for the people in our lives and nurture those friendships, nurture your relationships, love the people in your life, open your heart, be a giver, be generous, be a generous giver and receiver. And that's really what I'm learning through this experience. It's uncomfortable, but it's so valuable and so beautiful. And I'm grateful for every moment of it, as frustrating as it can be. And my intention is to not complain and to catch myself when I do, and to be aware of gratitude and staying in my heart through all of this, because it's really easy to get stuck in the head and wonder why. And that's no matter what's going on in our lives, things are going to happen, and we're going to lose things. We're going to lose people. We're going to get hurt. We're going to get disappointed. It's life. That's life on planet Earth. And it's meant to be that way. And we get to grow. Who are you being through all of it? How are you being through all of it? Are you able to stay in your heart and stay centered and be of service to others? That's where the value is. And I'm getting to learn that in a deeper way through this experience. And so here we are, and I've been driving 40 minutes every day to my friend's house in Bradenton to get to do live events. And I'm grateful because they have power and an internet and an office and space, and it's beautiful. Look at this lovely home I'm in. So I have nothing to complain about. And I'm grateful to the divine for telling me to stop complaining. So today we're going to jump into a meditation in a little bit. First of all, I would like to say a little bit about the Alkywan technology, especially for those who are new to it and haven't experienced it before. And even if you have, it's always fun to kind of hear some more about it. The Alkywan photon light spheres are brought to us from the founder, Stepan Orednik. And I think I'm getting better at saying his name. He is in the Czech Republic, and he has been working with this technology, I believe, for about 10 years. He got the download, the information on how to create Alkywan from the divine, actually from the 7th dimension, the angelic realm. The angels worked directly with him to help him bring this technology in. And I can say the very first time I felt it, I felt the angelic realm. I felt my angelic body, biosphere, my silica body more present than I ever had before. And I knew from that moment that I would work with this technology. I didn't know at what level. It's as if Alkywan has pursued me. And at first I was resistant, like, no, I just want to own one. I just want to have my own. I don't want to be an ambassador at first. I didn't. And then, as many of you know, I became a distributor, and I was a little resistant to that at first as well, because I have a busy life. I didn't think I had time for that. But when the divine calls, you never know how you're going to be asked to serve. This is one of the ways that I serve, by bringing this technology to the world, to the United States in particular, and also anywhere else that it wants to go. So I'm grateful for this. And what makes me even more grateful is hearing from people every day of these miraculous things that are happening in their lives because of this technology. One of the things that oftentimes happens, even just from being in the presence of a virtual, like we are right now, with Alkywan, is that people experience healing. And that healing can be mind, body, and spirit. It can be any or all of them, because it's a photon light generator. It's working with you on multiple dimensions. It's a portal. And when I asked today, what is our meditation about? What I was told is, usually I'll jot down some things, just get some ideas. All I got, the angelic realm came right in and said, we're going to open the portal to the angelic realm so that people can step in and feel it and receive whatever it is that they need. And so I invite you, as we get started, to go ahead and think about your intention for this session today. That does not mean that's the only thing that will happen for you. That doesn't even mean that you're going to see that specific thing right away, but you might. But to have an intention is really important, because that is an opening of the portal. That is giving your permission to the angelic realm to work with you and through you through this technology. So feel free to open up and allow it to work with you through your intention. And then you'll get whatever is for the highest and best good for you at this time. Whether that's what you intend or not, that is what you will get. And so today I have some very special friends who I mentioned earlier, Hans and Vivi. And whenever they watch my cats when I go out of town, I'm so grateful for them. lend me their generator, take me in whenever I have a crisis. Hans has fixed so many things for me, and they're always there to pick up the pieces whenever I crash and fall. So I'm so, so grateful for them. And Hans, I would love to invite you, well, both of you, if you want to. Hans works with, one of the deals is that whenever I go out of town, I send them my Alkywan spheres. So they've had the master sphere. They've had my some of the smaller ones as well. And Hans has a very unique way of working with them. He's a cranial sacral therapist. And Hans, why don't I get you up here? Will you say something? Will you unmute and say something so I can find you?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. There you are. There you are.
Okay. So glad to be here.
There's so many people, with 182 people, it jumps around going.
It's so grateful to have had the opportunity to use your balls and get those, feel the energy for sure. So yeah, I'd love to be able to share my story.
Yeah, so just so everyone knows, Hans does cranial sacral and Vivi does these amazing lights. They're opening up and many other things. Vivi does amazing coaching, and they both work so closely with people and are so empowering. But I've had cranial sacral with Hans. It's magical. When I was going through my vertigo experience, many of you were with me during that time on various live events, and I would report vertigo experiences. And Hans really helped me out with some cranial sacral sessions, and Vivi with her infrared lights. But so Hans, you had a unique experience. And were you doing virtual cranial sacral before this experience happened with the master sphere?
Yes, I've been doing cranial sacral therapy with long distance healing sessions before, but it's something that is new to me. And because I had that beautiful opportunity to have borrowed your Alkywan spheres, I decided to just one day experiment. Okay, I had a client in Boston, and so I would take the sphere in my space. And then what I had done is captured, when I start my session, I captured that amazing energy. And it actually has a consciousness. I really felt there was a consciousness about it. And so I welcomed that energy in to the session. And I initially start off by expanding that energy. And then when I find my client, in a way, energetically, I then have to collapse that field and to be able to fit into the room, into my healing space with my client. And what actually happened, I could only collapse the energy so far, and which was an unusual experience, initially. And I said, okay, now what am I going to do with this big energy field? So I decided I'm going to crawl inside that beautiful bubble that was created. So this consciousness sort of kept a beautiful healing space about me. And as I was going through my analysis, what was going on, each of us have different energetic bodies that kind of filter out incoming energies. And with my client, what was quickly revealed that those energetic bodies had all these holes in it. So no wonder energies that she didn't resonate well with came through. And as they were coming through, that affected her body they affected her chakras, her organ systems, her physical fascia tension, and her pain patterns. So with the Alkywan sphere energy that was being held around us, it really kept a safe space. And so I said, okay, I welcomed the energy to help support, and I would say the best word to use is to fortify her energetic bodies. And so I was sitting here in that beautiful space with my client, And all of a sudden, all this stuff started happening, and I was feeling the changes that were going on. So I thought, this is brilliant. I don't have to work on facilitating, healing those energetic bodies. I'll just let the photon ball do its work. And I was able to get down into more of the specifics of my healing process. And that was just in and of itself, just remarkable experience. And I said at the end of the session, when I was done, my client, she asked, well, what happened? What was going on? And I feel so different. And she really did present quite different in that. Even several days later, she reported that she was feeling so much more protected and sheltered from all this stuff that she was being affected by. And she asked me, what did we do? What did you do? Well, I used the Alkywan light sphere. And she says, really? Tell me more, tell me more. And lo and behold, a few days later, she's calling with Shayla and says, I want one of those balls. And now since I don't own one quite yet, what I do, I'm still doing remote sessions with her. So what I do is I connect with her ball that she has in her space. And now I do the same thing, ask her ball's conscious energy to help support and fortify the healing session. And what the even more crazy important thing here is, it's sort of like I'm in sort of instructing or showing that conscious energy, what it is that I'm doing and what's going on, so that even after my session is done, that her Alkywan light sphere continues the healing process forward. So in between sessions, there's actually still healing going on for her. And she's really making some beautiful strides forward in her health journey here. So.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing about that experience.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Vivi, did you have anything to add or share? Or just say hi?
Hi. I haven't had as much experience, but I feel the manifestation powers of it because of the consciousness. And I had some amazing meditations with it, and feeling like really that I am not just touching the things I'm thinking about, but actually becoming them. Like there's no separation, which is beautiful. And it's so amazing to work with something that has consciousness like that. So it's great.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Hans, you're available for virtual sessions, correct? For your virtual sessions, do you want to put in the chat or just tell us how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Our company name is Opt for Light Rejuvenation Center. And you can go to optforlight.com or optforcraniosacraltherapy.com, and you can get more information about us specifically. But I'll put it in the chat how to get a hold of me.
Thank you. Thanks so much, you guys. And I love that story. I love hearing just the different ways that you can work with the photon light technology. And it's conscious, it's consciousness. And it's so exciting when people discover that and start to use it in your own way, because, I have the way I use it, but everybody's going to have their own unique way to work with it, and it will work with you. And you develop a relationship with it, just like you do with a person, with anybody, with your guides, with the divine. And it has no limits other than what you place on it or what you believe. So we get to keep learning and growing and experiencing more.
Yeah, always another experience and another way to apply it. It's so much fun to experiment with it, for sure. See what that consciousness can support you with. So I challenge anybody that has one, just keep using it, and it starts to learn, actually. So yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing that into our lives.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And I'm looking so forward to your center being open soon. Well, it is open. It's
open today or yesterday.
And which is amazing. October 1st was the date. And then it's just 3 days behind the hurricane. We had a hurricane. So you guys are powerful manifestors to be able to open even amidst a hurricane. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And so I want to give a disclaimer before I say any more that Alkywan products it's not a medical device, and I'm not a medical doctor. Anything I say is not medical advice. What I can share with you is anecdotal experiences, the experiences that people have had in healing with this technology, which are nothing less than miraculous. And I mean, just last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago now, I got a call from someone who had, I believe it was acid reflux much of her adult life, that has cleared up as a side effect of working, not even realizing that wasn't even her intention in working with it. Every day I get messages, calls, emails, people reach out on Instagram, Messenger, all over the place, telling me their various experiences of healing and expansion of their really activating their intuition, of embodying more of themselves, of connecting to the divine more, healing physical issues, expanding and healing the light body, as Hans just talked about. So I'm presencing all of this so that you can all really understand the power of the that is really harnessed into this portal. And that's exactly what it is. It's a portal of consciousness, of divine light energy, photon light that works with us in many, many different ways. And so as we step into the meditation experience, I really invite you to allow this technology to work with you in whatever way is perfect for you at this time, and open up and let go of any limiting beliefs about how it should work, or what you think it's limited to. What if you could heal? What if you could activate your intuition to a new level? What if you could embody more of yourself and raise your frequency? What if you could open your heart? What are the possibilities? What if you could invite more love? What if you could manifest whatever it is that you've been working toward? And just keep being curious and interacting and asking, and it will answer. All right, and let's just remember to stay muted throughout the process. We're about to go into the meditation, and I would love to, Olivia. Great. I'm about to go into the meditation. I invite you to have some water nearby, or take a drink of water right now before we get in. As we enter into this experience, it's always good to be hydrated. Also, drinking water reminds the body that we're relaxing. We're not in fight or flight. We don't stop to drink water when we're anxious or stressed or running from a tiger. So it's an ancient signal to the body that we're safe and that we can relax. And Olivia, thank you so much. You're doing a great job. I invite you to join the meditation and not let people in during the meditation, because sometimes people come in unmuted. It could be disruptive. So I just invite you to enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just let in these few people coming in right now, and I will join you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and just begin to get comfortable. Set yourself up so that you're not going to get interruptions. If you have a phone, silence it. If you're in a place where you can really be private, close the door, allow this time for yourself to be sacred. We're setting up sacred space. So you want to be comfortable. You want to be feeling like you're protected, you're private, in a private place if possible. And hopefully you'll be able to close your eyes, not if you're driving a vehicle or something like that, but if you can, get in a place where you can really go deep within. You can watch and look at the Alkywan sphere during the meditation. That actually will imprint for you. And then when you feel like, okay, yeah, I've got that energy, I've made contact with it, feel free to close your eyes. Feel free to, open and close your eyes as you wish, but you can kind of feel for yourself what works and go from there. So just begin by closing your eyes or looking at the Alkywan sphere, and breathe deeply into your belly, allowing the belly to expand on the inhale, contract on the exhale. Getting centered, getting very present. Just noticing the breath and allowing yourself to drop in deeper into your center. And as you're breathing, make contact with the light in your heart. This is the divine light. And as you're making contact, remember your intuition and your intention for this session. And open your heart to allow that intention to expand. And as your heart is opening and expanding, make contact with the angelic realm that is available through the Alkywan sphere, and invite the angelic realm. This is the highest realm of angelics, here for the ascension of the earth and humanity, here to support us on our physical journey, our spiritual journey, connecting our minds and our hearts to the highest divine light that is available to us at this time. Open your heart to allow the beautiful angelic presences to work with you and through you in this present moment. And take a deep breath into your heart center, allowing that portal to open. The Alkywan sphere and the Alkywan light is a portal to the seventh dimension and higher realms, where the angelic frequencies, the angelic encodements come through and we are able to assimilate them into our physical body. And at this time, I invite you to open and personally invite this realm, this higher dimensional frequency, these encodements, to work with you in your own personal way, to create the upgrade, to create the experience of expansion that you are ready for. And know that you are ready for more than you have given yourself credit for. This is now an opportunity for empowerment, an opportunity to own your light in a way that is bigger than you have previously. Feel the energies and frequencies coming through now from the angelic realm into your body, moving in through the crown of your head, down your spine to the base of the spine, spreading out into the bloodstream, into every cell, into the space, the empty space within. And now moving into the DNA, this divine light, this photon energy has the ability to repair and reactivate the DNA. And if you are ready to receive this repair and activation, affirm from within yourself, from your heart center, yes, I am ready. I open, I allow, I receive. And breathe this light into your body, allowing it to embrace you. This is liquid crystal plasma, the very essence of creative energy that we embody and allow to make this upgrade right now. Take some deep breaths into your body, wherever you might be feeling resistance in your physical body or your energetic body or your mind. Take a deep breath and invite calmness, the quiet, peace, gratitude, and surrender that resistance with the breath, allowing any blocks to be removed effortlessly, allowing the liquid crystal plasmic energy to repair any physical issues in the body, to restore the physical template to its divine blueprint, activating the divine DNA, the golden diamond light blueprint of the divine human, of the new earth. The ascended human is activated within the physical body now. The grid work around the body, the patterns, the structures become more coherent and more coherent. And now sacred geometrical patterns are surrounding your body, bringing divine light and liquid crystal plasmic energy through the blueprint, through the grid work of your physical structure, and repairing the morphogenetic field, the biofield, allowing the patterns to reorganize, to become clear, coherent, upgraded to a frequency that is of a higher dimension, so that you may attune and receive the codes from the angelic realm now as you are open to it and as you choose to receive. In this energy and in this portal of divine light, all is available to you. You need only to ask, open, and receive. And know that it is done, and it is so as you have asked and as you have opened. You have received, and you will continue to receive today, for the next 3 days, and for the next several weeks. This energy, these light codes will work with you on multiple dimensions, on the physical, repairing, restructuring, upgrading, on the emotional, healing the old wounds of your past, of your lineage, forward and backward, repairing and healing all issues connected to your individual lineage, to the ancestors, to the galactic ancestors, in addition to the human ancestors We are healing and repairing the separation. The feeling of not oneness becomes at oneness, wholeness. I am complete. I am connected. I am whole. I am accepted, embraced, loved. I am claimed. I am worthy. And I am empowered in this light, in this incarnation. I claim my power. I reclaim my divinity, the divinity of the angelic realm for this body and for humanity. I choose to be a holder of the divine blueprint of the new human. I allow the new human blueprint to be activated within and around me now. And I allow it to be spread out to every other human around me. And I allow this blueprint to be activated around the grid of the earth, activating every human who is ready to step into a higher version of themselves at this time for the ascension, as we ascend with Mother Gaia, Gaia Sophia, Gaia Sophia Christ, Christ consciousness entering into the ascended platform and blueprint of this space now. Take some deep breaths here as you simply open and allow this energy to work with you in a very personal way, holding you sacred, protected as the divine child of the beloved union of divine masculine and divine feminine here on planet Earth. And now, as you are receiving and open to these frequencies, tune your awareness in to the great central sun, the source energy of our universe, sending divine light codes through the ethers into the photon light spheres, into the Alkywan spheres, through our heart centers, and open again to receive your divine truth, the divine knowing of your purpose, the awareness of your service, why you are here. You have come for this time, and you are here to bring a greater light to this planet, to bring a greater expression of being human, human being on this planet. And in this mission and this service, you get to receive perfect health, wholeness, emotional stability and alignment, a frequency upgrade, complete repair of the mind, body, spirit complex. This is your birthright. Star seeds, you have come here for this. Angelic humans, this is who you are, who you have always been, who you are here to be. Remember your truth. I am divine. And continue to bask in this portal energy as it is surrounding your body and your energy field. You may communicate with it in whatever way feels right to you. You may ask for whatever it is that you need, and simply be open to receiving. It is freely given. I am whole. I am pure. I am at one with the divine light. I accept this wholeness. I allow and I receive in gratitude. The angelic realm surrounds us now, as they have all along, sending light codes and frequencies through our fields, through the grid work of planet Earth. All who wish to upgrade have access. Hold this in your heart and in your field, and allow your presence to be one of upliftment to all. And affirm, I am whole. I am complete. I am empowered. I am divine light expressing through human form. I am sacred. Very good. And feel the beloved angelics all around now in a more personal way, surrounding your body, offering you whatever it is that you need from them. They are here to assist you. Communicate with them. Let them know what's in your heart and what you desire and what you need to continue your journey here. They are listening and they are happy, delighted, and ready and willing to provide for you. And you may receive this special gift from the angelic realm. You might see it placed in your hands. You might feel it in your heart. However you receive it is perfect. Just allow yourself to receive a symbol or a token, a sacred object from the angelic realm that will remind you of your divinity, your purpose, your mission, your truth, and your wholeness. It represents your power. Now thank the angelics, sending gratitude from your heart center for all that they have provided in this moment and that they continue to provide in every moment forward. And I invite you to send this energy out to yourself in every dimension, every level of incarnation, across all time, dimension, space, and reality. I am healed. I am divine, and I infuse my multidimensional awareness of being with divinity, with light, with purity, and with truth. And feel that moving across your multidimensional layers of self and being, and find yourself settling now at the highest frequency, activating to the frequency that is perfect for you in this higher state that you have entered into. allowing the body that you began with today to be pulled up into this higher frequency state, and allowing yourself to integrate this light and this state, anchoring it into the physical body, to the base of the spine, and now anchoring it down into the center of Mother Earth, into the Akashic realm, and sending these frequencies out through the Akashic realm into the Akashic records, so that every new soul that comes in through the Akasha of planet Earth also receives the Sophia Christ activation that we have installed today. Very good. And now begin to bring your awareness back to the physical body, back to your physical heart. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Take some deep breaths into your body. Every breath is a breath of the divine, activating the crystalline body to a higher level of light, allowing this higher frequency to be in your embodiment, embodying this ascension experience. Now, deep breaths into the bodies. You're coming back to presence. Notice what you're feeling. You might feel something different than you did before. It could be any sensations, tingling, movement, spinning. It doesn't matter what it is. It's okay. It's just the integration happening. And allowing yourself to bring your presence back into your feet. Starting to move your feet around a little bit, bringing your awareness and presence up into the legs, into the knees, up the thighs, into your hips, your midsection, breathing awareness and consciousness back to the body, knowing that you'll be integrating this as we go. Whatever you're experiencing is perfectly fine. And bringing that back up now through the midsection into the shoulders, rolling your shoulders around through the arms and the hands, moving your hands up into the neck, your head, moving your neck around to the eyes. And when you're ready, may come back, opening your eyes. Feeling present, anchored, aware, settling in to your new body and your new level of light. All right, and as you're coming back, I invite you to take a drink of water and do some movement if you want to. If you need to, just let yourself feel whatever you're feeling. And I'm going to open up now for if anyone has questions or feedback or something you want to share. This is the time you can raise your hand by the reactions tab, or you can also, if nobody else is speaking, you can also just unmute. Okay, Suzanne Smith, I see your hand up. Did you have something to say or share? Maybe that was from before. All right, lots of comments coming in.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. No, this is my first time experiencing the ball, the experience of it is really beautiful. And I'm just now listening to what that feels like inside me. I'm very grateful for the process. I'm an artist, and so allowing the divine to come through me and come into my artwork is an absolute blessing. So
Yes.
thank you.
My pleasure. Wonderful. I love that you're putting these frequencies into art. And yeah,
it's
I'd love
wonderful.
to see it. I'd love to see what you do. Send me, if you have a gallery or pictures, send them.
I will send you. Thank you very much. I will send that to you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to spread the frequencies around visually. We're visual beings. So beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, I see Joyce, your hand is up. Go ahead and unmute yourself. All right, I don't know where you went. Okay, that's all right. Anyone, I see lots of great comments coming through.
Hey, Shayla, I do have a question for you.
Sure.
The last couple of months, my hands have just been tingling for, not like carpal tunnel tingling, it's just a different type of a tingling. And my eyes, they're blurry. And this has been going on for the last few months. I was watching Ismail Perez, and he has been having issues with the eyes. What's up with that? Is that something from the photon balls? I mean, I don't know if he's got one, but it's just weird that.
I'm not familiar with blurry eyes, so I don't know that I can comment on that in particular. The tingling in the hands can absolutely be a frequency experience. If you're bringing new frequencies into your body, if you're using your hands for energy work, I feel tingling in my hands all the time. As I said before, I'm not a medical doctor. None of this is medical advice. If you have any medical questions, go see a medical doctor. But I can tell you, for lots of people have the hand tingling and other parts of other sensations of tingling. I'm not familiar with blurry eyes. I personally did experience vertigo a few years ago for various reasons. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know even, I don't have a comment on that.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. Would anyone else like to share an experience? You guys are quiet today. Usually I got lots of hands up. Are you just coming back?
I think they're still integrating.
Hi. Thank you. This was nice. I feel like positive vibrations kind of inside my body. I had a question. You said we'll continue to receive this for the coming 3 days or so. Are we needing to protect ourselves from people or energies, or stay away from certain things, or do anything different?
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. So I don't worry about, you are protected, and this is very protective energy. Part of what this energy does is protect you. So that in particular is not a problem. But if there are people who you surround yourself with, or who come into your energy field, who are sort of like energetic vampires, or who sort of bring you down, do be mindful, maybe avoid interactions with those types of people. Some people are just kind of drawn to high frequencies and like the energy, but aren't always conscious of the way that they can sort of interact with people to more or less steal that energy. So just protect yourself in that way of who you're around. Absolutely, to amplify this integration, drink lots of good pure water. go in nature, do some grounding, bare feet on the ground, wonderful, connect with the earth. If you can get out and do a little bit of sunbathing, receiving sun into the skin, the sunlight helps the crystallization of the body. The sun is an activator of this. Do not take your Alkywan spheres into the sun. They can catch fire or cause fires, just like a magnifying glass could. So don't do that. But you can take yourself, your body out, especially at sunrise and sunset. That's the best time to receive the light. You're also receiving activation codes and that photon light from the sun that will help you integrate and activate and assimilate this energy to a higher degree and more efficiently and more fully. So I encourage that. Also, if you go into meditation, anytime you meditate, or even as you're going to sleep at night, you can put yourself, remember the highest frequency feeling experience that you had during that session, during that meditation, and invite it back, invite the energy back to work with you. It's conscious, it will work with you. So invite it to continue, invite it to unfold, bask in it, allow it to move through your body and your energy field, and let yourself expand into it and with it. Just work with it, play with it, allow it, surrender to it, invite it. These are all ways that you can continue to upgrade as you receive and integrate the energy.
Well, Shayla.
Yes.
I believe Cynthia Hodges has her hand up.
Cynthia, yes. Beautiful. It's good to see you, sister. Unmute yourself.
Hello, light. Hello, lovelies. Hello, sister. Oh my goodness. Talk about that love, that heart field expansion through the central column, that light. I love the way that you immediately in your meditations and you go to heart and start there in that beautiful way. You just pretty much brought it to the fore. You invite and into that heart space and extend, whether it's to Gaia's core first and then back to heart and to Solaris, through the I am, and whatever way works, because that whole field, as you suggested, going out in nature is now expanded and able to conduct and connect completely through us, through the soul star and right through the soles of our feet and into Gaia. And as long as we stay in that love state, flushed with waters and maybe keeping the energy moving and bright, even when we encounter those, we don't engage. Just, it was very palpable that these frequencies are pristine and pristine, a rare gem. And thank you for teaching us and allowing us to bring them in together. That light, that connection, your meditation is precisely the way to invite and expand and make the most of that. So thank you. Having practiced it for a while now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Cynthia. And yeah, this, just remember, this is always available to us. The spheres, the Alkywan spheres, are a reminder, a portal. They hold that energy, but we can tap in anytime. And they're really like an antenna, an amplification. So it's always an opportunity to work with them, but we can tap in anytime, anywhere. And because that's who we are. This is who we are. And this is our divine right to work with this energy as we ascend.
Washila, really quickly, there are a few people who would like to know whether they will be receiving this recording. And also for those people who never didn't get a chance to either pin the video of the sphere or didn't get to see it, if you wouldn't mind showing or picking up the sphere to show it to them. And what I did respond to a few people and letting you know that even if you did not see the sphere, the energy was already working. So as long as you set your intention at the beginning of the meditation, they connected you immediately. You were connected. Whether you could feel it physically or not, it's okay, because you were definitely connected through the sphere.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's working either way. But here is, this is the master sphere. It's kind of heavy. This is the one that the camera was on during the meditation. It's on a lighted stand, so it does have a lot of light naturally, but this is what it looks like for anyone that really didn't get to see it. And it's heavy, so I'm gonna put it down. There's also, I have next to me, I also have, it's one of our newer sizes, the 3.9, and it fits really nicely just in one hand. It's so cute. And smaller than the 4.7, still really powerful and really cute to have around. It has a little stand with 3 lights on it. I really like this size. It's portable, more portable than the bigger ones. And excuse me. So I did want to show you guys something. I think I have this picture up. I'm going to screen share for a minute.
And everyone will be receiving the recording.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, absolutely. I'll send out the recording. Give me some time to get it converted. It's taking a little extra time because I don't have power at home. So I use the generator, but it takes quite a bit longer than normal right now. And my modem, it goes off occasionally. So it can take hours sometimes. Okay, can you see this screen share? Are you guys able to see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. This was just sent to me by Stepan, the founder of Alkywan. And this is, I'm going to blow it up here so you can see the picture better. This is in Sweden. It is the first Alkywan photon light healing chamber, they're calling it, the Alkywan chamber. It has 6 master spheres around the person in the middle with a chair. And then I think he said they put one under the chair as well, and the person could hold one if they want to. That's a lot of energy. I've been around 2 master spheres at the same time before. They're powerful, so I can only imagine what this feels like. But seeing this, the first thing I thought was, I have to do that. I'm going to create one of those in Sarasota and then help other people set them up, because I love, love, love this idea. It's so much fun. And so this just got set up. This was written in Swedish. If you're reading it, it's a little, I mean, it's been translated a little different, but they're talking here about the connection to the 7th to 12th dimensions. And they're saying extraterrestrial beings. I would say higher dimensional beings with whom we interact to increase the photon energy flow to Earth and to all star seeds through our crystal generators, which they're calling the Alkywan spheres crystal generators. So yeah, the master spheres are what you're seeing there, but it's so much fun. And here's a list of things that people have reported experiencing: reduced pain, natural healing of the body, muscle, skeletal, circulatory, nervous, lymph, respiratory. They're measuring all these things too. They're like actually doing scientific studies in this photon room on people as they're experiencing this. So as the data comes in, it'll be fun to find. And they've already done a lot of experiments with the blood, finding out that the photon spheres actually eliminate parasites from the blood. And they protect from the EMF, from the electromagnetic frequencies. They calm people down. you can just kind of read through some of these things. Mental, emotional, and mind related fields are cleared and charged. DNA, RNA in the body cells, the organism is revitalized and returns to its natural state. Desired manifestation, something we hear a lot about, people manifesting things, certainly happening in my world, that they have been working on. And reducing EMFs, meditation, deep relaxation. So those are just a few things that people are experiencing. I'm going to stop. And before it gets any later, I am going to put in the chat the link if anybody's called or feeling called to purchase a light sphere.
Well, Sheila, it's
yes.
Candace. Hi, can you email me how to buy the spear? Because I'm not able to write, so it's easier if you just email me, because I'm gonna buy the small spear.
Can you send me your email, Candace, or email me? Just reply to one of the emails that I've sent you, and then I'll definitely send you that link.
Okay.
Sounds
good. Well, Sheila, while you're sharing the link, if I could just ask some questions that were posted in the chat.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. So the first question is, does this therapy only work for star seeds?
It works for everybody. It works for humans. It actually, what Stepan says is it works for anything with a biofield. Humans, animals, plants, it doesn't matter where you came from. Doesn't matter if you're identifying as a starseed. I just know that we have a lot of them here. And even if you don't know it, you probably are. You know, we all have lineage from a galactic lineage. Let's call it that. But absolutely, it works for anybody that's living and all living things. There are some amazing experiments going on with plants. People actually revitalizing their crops. And I heard one woman talk about she and her partner had bought grapevines and put in all of these grapevines, and they were dying and she didn't know why. She has a master sphere, and she used the master sphere and asked the energy to work with the grapevines to bring them back. It was virtual. She wasn't even at the vineyard. And when she went back a few days later, or maybe it was just the next day after doing that, they were green again and coming back to life and thriving. So that's just one more way. The plants love the energy. And animals, they love it too. My cats will sleep on mine.
Thank you. So does my cat. Someone did ask about the prices. I think maybe the best thing to do is to direct them to your website.
Yeah,
to see the prices.
That's all on the link that I shared. I'll put it here again. There are several different sizes. They're all different prices. There are also some specials right now. Every month I do different specials. October, I'm just continuing what I did in September. And that is $222 off the 4.7 inch. That's what we call the accelerator. It's kind of the most common one. It's a good size. It's in between the two sizes that I showed you today. $169 off the 2-inch balancer pair. Those are the 2-inch. It's a set of 2 spheres, and they're 2 inches. They're great to hold while you're meditating. And then free shipping on all of them, whether you're in Europe or the United States or anywhere else. We're doing free shipping through October 31st.
And then we also have a question from AP. Where or how do Alkywan spheres come about? Or how were they created?
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so for anyone that gets my the Alchemy of Ascension season 6 is going on right now. If you haven't registered yet, you still can. It's washelasananda.com/AOA6 for Alchemy of Ascension 6. And I have an interview there with Stepan Orednik. I'm getting better at saying his name. Stefan is the founder, and he is a channel. He brought this technology through almost a decade ago through the angelic realm. He said the angels gave it to him, and then he worked to perfect it. He got the recipe, and then he didn't just create something and send it out there. He's quite a perfectionist, and he wants everything to be perfect. He also personally inspects every single product, every single sphere that comes from the manufacturing. He personally decides whether it's perfect enough to be sent out. He touches every single one of them, even the bases he plugs in and tests, and the pendants and everything. He's very he really takes it seriously. He wants his product to be everything that is meant to be, and so he does a lot to ensure the quality. So if you watch that interview, it's pretty. English is his third language. He's uncomfortable, so he did write out a script. But what's so fun is after the interview, when I turn the camera off, he gets really candid. And I know he's going to be watching this. So hi, Stefan. I hope you don't mind me sharing this. But I'm like, okay, Stefan, so how did you really bring this technology through? You know, what really happened? Because there's the kind of science analytical mind of how it happened. And then there's like how it really happened, right? And he's like, well, Washayla, and he leans in. It's like, I cracked the code of the matrix. And, you know, he just gets the way things work. And the angelics were able to deliver the recipe to him. And he knew he was fully conscious when he received that information that this is here to heal humanity and assist in the ascension at this time. He doesn't say that a lot in his marketing because he wants to be taken seriously. And you know, there are always people that are going to have questions like, what do you mean it was delivered to you through the angelic, so you cracked the code? But I can say from working with him, it's 100% true. He's a really incredibly brilliant, magical, bright light, and he's completely service-based. He would rather get this technology out and have no money than make money on it. I know many, many people have brought ideas to him on how it could be marketed, how it could be global, how everybody in the world could have one in their living room. And he rejects it because he said, that's not what this is. This is a personal, sacred object that is a portal of divine light. And it's meant for those who are here to ascend and activate their angelic bodies. This is not a mass-produced item. This is made one by one in a manufacturing plant in the Czech Republic where he lives, and he's friends with the owner of that manufacturing business. It's very small and personal, and has a lot of integrity. Everything he does is with integrity and with service, a heart of service, and that's also why he aligned with me and he chose to work with me. He could have hundreds of distributors all over, in every state, but he doesn't. He doesn't want to do it that way. He wants this to go out in the highest way for humanity. And for now, that's keeping it quite small and very special and sacred. I hope that answers the question.
I believe it does, hopefully. I have a question from Anne-Marie. How do these work? How do the spheres work with other crystals in the space?
Yeah, great question. So the cool thing about the photon spheres is that they only put energy out. They cleanse and clear your crystals. If you have them next to your crystals or in a room with your crystals, you don't have to run your crystals under water or salt bath or clear them or do all those things that you normally would do to clear your crystals. The photon energy naturally will do that. And it also activates them. It brings it's a portal, an antenna. It brings that light into your space, into your home or your workplace or wherever you're using it. And it directs that energy into everything that is living. And even though the crystals aren't walking around with a face and breathing, they are also beings. They're the stone people. They bring special energies and they get to have clearing and they get to interact with that divine light through the photon spheres as well. And so if we think about it, everything is living, right? Even the inanimate objects have energy. Everything has energy, and everything that has energy has life in it. And so it's really making an effect and impact on your entire space, and even the empty space is being filled with higher divine frequency light. So it works great with crystals. They play very well together.
And then, so this is a nice segue into the next question, which comes from Susan Kiefer. Do the sizes matter regarding the energy they produce that one can experience?
Yes, with Alkywan, size matters, Stepan always tells me. So you'll see there's several different sizes. If you look on the webpage that I sent, from very, very tiny to the master sphere, which is the largest size. And the master sphere, the biggest one, is really designed for centers, for places where people are coming and going, or for people who are healers doing healing work that want to use that energy to assist the healing of other people. That doesn't mean you can't have one as an individual. Lots of individuals do choose to have one of their own, but they're really meant for service work, for a greater purpose. You can, something like this for a meditation, a Zoom. You could use any of the sizes, but the master sphere is going to support just greater energy transference for a larger number of people. So that's the largest size. That's 5.9 inches. The next size down is I call it the accelerator sphere. That one is 4.7 inches. That's a personal size. It's designed to be used for personal use, or a family. If you have a family of 4 or 5, 6, that's fine for multiple people to use. Not as much designed for a large center, but great for personal use. And another thing with this different sizes, they hold the amount of energy that size can hold. I have a guy who bought very recently, he received a master sphere, and he messaged me, he emailed me, he's like, "It's like I have the full moon in my bedroom at night. What is going on?" And I said, "Well, you probably don't want to sleep with it in your bedroom," which I had already told him. He's like, "Yeah, I wanted to see what it was like." But he's like, he said he's very affected by moon energy. And he said he'd had it in his room for 2 or 3 nights. And it wasn't the full moon outside, it was the full moon inside. And he's like, it's so intense. What's going on? And so I told him to take it out of his room until maybe indefinitely. I don't sleep with the master sphere in my room. I have it in a different room because it does have that much energy. But it will definitely add energy to the space. So it is kind of like the full moon. It's working on your DNA. It's like having energy work around the clock, kind of like having your own personal healer in the space with you. It's doing energy work. It's balancing your field. It's activating your DNA. It's working on your biofield. It's balancing you. So all those things, you're going to feel them if you're sensitive. You'll still feel that with a 4.7 inch. I sleep with mine. The first 2 nights I had it, or maybe the first night I had it across the room, and I brought it closer. And then now I just put it in the bed with me, and I communicate with the angelic realm through that at night. It's that portal, that reminder. The next size down is the 3.9, the size that I showed you. It's a newer size. That's still great for personal use, and it still holds a lot of energy, not quite as much as the 4.7 4.7. If you're using it for a whole family, get the 4.7 accelerator. I call the 3.9 inch the flow sphere. If it's just for you as an individual, possibly a couple, that's probably a perfect size for you. It's more portable. You can take it places easier. If you put this, let me warn you, I've traveled with mine several times now. And if you put it in your carry-on baggage, they're going to want to know what that is. So my technique is I just say, it's a crystal ball. And then they want to look at it. But I just came back from Mount Shasta and it was really cute. I told them on the way in, I'm like, I got a crystal ball in there, you know, and then in Shasta, that's not uncommon, I suppose. And so the guy that was checking my bag got it out and looked at it, held it up. He's like, "Ooh, that's a nice one." And they'll let me go. They never hold me up for it. They just want to see it. It's like, and I saw it too on the scanner because it's reversed. The light is dark and the dark is light. It's looked like a black hole in the center of my bag. And the guy, when I was first going on the way there, he was zooming the camera in on it and looking at it from the side. I could see the reflection behind him. This is the security agent that's checking the bags on the scanner. And it really looked like there was a black hole in the center of my bag. And he called someone over. He's like, "I don't know what this is. I've never seen anything like this," you know, and then like, yeah, it's crystal ball.
Well, Sheila, before we take Scott's question, that story is so hysterical with the security and everything. There is a question regarding whether the people who wish to purchase it, can they actually also sell them? I think the question is, can they become a distributor, if I'm not mistaken?
If you are a center, like if you have a center, you can become a distributor. That requires having stock, having some in stock. Otherwise, you can become an affiliate. I am limiting the number of affiliates that I have. An affiliate situation would be for someone who has a following or has a center, like a healing center, wellness center, something, or clinic, something like that, where they have people coming through. If they want to display a few of them, that's a good situation to be an affiliate. Or if you have an online community such as this one, something like that. But yeah, if you're interested in that, send me an email or reply to the email that that got you here, and I can tell you how we can work together that way. And I didn't finish about the sizes. So I got to 3.9. There's also the set, the 2 inch, where you get two together. They're the balancers, and they're great for harmonizing your field. If you get stressed out, if you get out of balance, if you work with intense energies, they bring you right back to center. Not quite as powerful, and yet very balancing and aligning. Oh, yep. Olivia has them right there. If you can see Olivia. Here, I'll highlight you, Olivia, so they can see you. Yep, those are the 2 inch. And those come as a set. And then there's also a really cute little mini. It looks like a marble, and it's just the size of a large marble. And those are great for pockets or, carrying around with you, but they are really designed to partner with one of the larger sizes. So anywhere from the 3.9, 4.7, or the Master Sphere can be partnered with a mini. Thanks for showing those to us, Olivia.
You're welcome. I think Scott is ready to ask his question. He's unmuted.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, Scott.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. First of all, I'd like to say thank you. I've been following you for about 2 months now. It's been absolutely life-changing. I started your book last night. I do 1 chapter a night. I'm 50 pages in. But this kind of goes off the question about the sizes. So where I live in my apartment, it's just me. I don't need the Master Sphere. With the 3.9 sphere, would that energize my crystals?
Yes.
That little one, and it's just in my bedroom. It's not going to be out in the hall or anything like that. So I know size does matter, but would you recommend those or the two smaller ones?
I would recommend this.
Like meditation, would you recommend the 2 small ones or just go with the 3.9 for everything?
If you're looking for it to clear your space, and your crystals and things, I would recommend the 3.9 because it is a larger, it's almost twice the size diameter of the 2-inch. The 2-inch size is really for personal balancing, less for clearing the space that you're in. The 3.9, as I mentioned before, all of the larger sizes, starting with the 3.9, come with a wood base. It says Alkywan on the side. And then the 3.9 has 3 LED lights. The larger sizes have 4. And when you plug that in, it actually sends that light through the sphere, and it amplifies its clearing energy. So then you're really amplifying its ability to clear your crystals and things. And it's also really pretty to look at. But you don't have to have it on the base lit up all the time, but if you're specifically interested in clearing a room, Stepan told me that anytime you want something to, this has been really fun to play with. It's like anytime you want to manifest something, you put the sphere on its base with the lights, and then you put your intention into it, and that light is just gonna make it happen. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, any other questions?
Yes, I think Kim just wrote, curious why LED is used in the base, as LED is associated with harmful light waves.
Not all LED lights are harmful. That would be a good question for Stepan, but I think, yeah, we don't want to look at blue light at night. I use red light at night because blue light is from the sun, right? So it's not harmful. It's just a matter of when, you need to be conscious of when you're taking that into your system. And I can also ask Stepan to expand on that. I don't know why he chose LED. But that's, I know he does everything for a reason and through guidance, and he tests it and makes sure it works before he puts it out there. So I'm sure he has a good reason that I'm not even aware of. And I'd be happy to check in on that and even update the page with whatever information he gives me about that.
The first question that I'm gonna go to, Sheila, is what is the mini good for? Because I think you mentioned something about the mini earlier. So Susan wants to know what it's good for.
Okay, so the mini and the pendant are both designed, and I have one of the pendants on. It's he calls it the heart protector. Stepan calls this the heart protector. It's a flat. It's not a sphere, so you can wear it. You wear it over your heart, and it protects your heart field, but they're designed to be partnered with one of the larger sizes, the 3.9, 4.7, or 5.9. The pendant and the mini can, you partner them together. So when you get a little one, and you can get a little one with a large one, and then because they're not that portable, nobody's carrying around a master sphere, and even the 4.7 is too big to really, you don't want to put that in your bag. It's just heavy, right? The 3.9 you could take around, is still a little heavy, but it's very convenient to have the smaller sphere. When you partner them, you join them with your intention, with consciousness, then the mini will hold the energy of your larger sphere. And then the marble-sized one or the round one, people, like especially men, will put it in their pocket or carry it in a backpack or whatever, or you can wear the pendant, and that will, that's a way that you can be protected by that energy. You can have that energy around you all the time, and you don't have to carry the larger sphere with you.
Jennifer wanted to know if the spheres have been scientifically measured, and where can you actually find information in terms of the studies and measurements that have been done with these spheres?
There have been some scientific, actually, when Gary was working with Alkywan, he was really into the science of it. Some of you were probably around when Gary was with the distributor of Alkywan, but he loved the science part of it. And he had a research team that was doing a ton of that. When he took down Alkywan.us, which is his website, he did take all of that away. But I know Stepan also has some of that. There is a certificate actually that shows that the Alkywan spheres work on the blood. And that's the studies that they did showed that when the Alkywan spheres come in close proximity to blood on a slide under a microscope, what they could see is that parasites would simultaneously all leave the blood. And it was really interesting to discover that, because what that points to, the theory, is that there is an outside controller source of the parasites in the blood, and the Alkywan energy disrupts the connection from whatever's inside the blood. For the parasites inside the blood, it cuts that connection off, and so they have to leave. They can't stay. And then there's a purge of toxins that happens after that. So people have had amazing results with parasites. And we're also talking about energetic parasites, which I know is a little more esoteric, but it does work to clear energetic parasites from your field, which is very powerful psychically. Also, there are a lot of broadcasts, EMF broadcasts, and what's going on in our sort of our mind space is very affected by, it can really be disruptive to us if we're not meditating every day, doing breath work, doing things to balance our energy field. The Alkywan spheres really help protect the field from that electromagnetic broadcast system that's around us, and so that we're not negatively affected by things in the atmosphere. And that's not a very fun thing to think about, but unfortunately it does go on. And I've heard some amazing reports of people's mental space. I know I'm an avid meditator. I have been for 30 years, so I don't really have that problem very often. But for people that have just been inundated with mental, like a mental attack, I've heard from people that got an Alkywan sphere and they suddenly feel clear. They suddenly can think clearly again. They're not feeling like they're under psychic attack anymore. So that is very real. Scientifically, that's harder to prove. But there is, I'll ask Stepan as well. And if you go to the Alkywan page that I put there, I'll put it on again. There is like a booklet. There are some, I'm adding to that all the time. I'm adding resources to that as they come in. So as the science comes in, I will also be putting that on the page. So check back there periodically and, see what we come up with, and keep asking, because I'm not very scientifically minded. I don't even think to ask these questions, but Stepan is all about it. So I'm sure that he's more than happy to provide.
So the next questions are actually, since you mentioned it works with parasites, does this also work with HIV, Lyme's disease?
Yeah.
And so on. Okay, so forth. Okay, great. I did miss a question earlier. I apologize, Maggie, and now I'm seeing your question once again, so thank you for reposting it. She mentions having something called tachyon, TACHYON. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If you know what that is, Washila, can you, explain what the difference is between tachyon and the Alkywan spheres?
You know what? I'm aware of tachyon, but I don't feel confident enough to say, I don't know enough about it to make that distinction or differentiation. I can write it down and get the info. I'm sure somebody has figured that out. On our next call, I'm going to have all kinds of wonderful reports for you guys. But I'll look into it and get back to you. You can always, whoever asked that question, you can write me an email, and I will, what I find out, I will let you know. I'd be happy to do that. Just remind me, send me an email.
Great.
Respond to the email that got you here.
Yeah, please do, Maggie. And my apologies again for skipping your question. So just for clarification also, Sheila, Susan wants to know, are you saying that people with HIV, if they come in contact with the spheres, then become HIV negative?
No, I'm not saying that. I am saying that a lot of people have had really great results. There are people that have had that experience. There's no, again, there's no promise. This is not a cure for anything. This is a spiritual technology that works with people in a very individual way. And it's possible, but I can't make a claim like that. I can't make any medical claims.
Thanks for answering that. And I always say also to people, if I may just offer this, it has a lot to do also with your mindset. It's the mind that really can get over a lot of the humps. Even, you've heard of people taking placebo pills and then all of a sudden they miraculously recover from, illnesses. And so, that's my 2 cents in this.
Yeah. I mean, really miraculous things have happened. I've heard of all kinds of amazing results. People have had children balance out from autism, like autistic experiences, which could also be heavy metal poisoning in some cases. I've had pretty much any disease you can imagine. I've heard reports of people having spontaneous healings, and sometimes it's very fast, like immediate, and sometimes it's over time. Just kind of depends on how long it takes the body to adjust. What's happening is the field is, and I do Dr. Joe Dispenza work, and he does a ton of research around this. The field of energy around our bodies creates the physical structure of our bodies. When that field is incoherent, when there are incoherent patterns in our field, that becomes densified in the body, and it manifests as dis-ease and imbalances in many different ways. Now it's not the body projecting those fields, it's the field projecting into the body. It's from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. The physical realm is not projecting incoherent patterns, and first it starts from the outside, and they know that because they tested. It was a lot of women that had uterine cancer, and they found this pattern. One of the scientists found a pattern in a woman's field that she had uterine cancer, and then he saw every woman that had uterine cancer had this pattern. He also tested women that didn't have uterine cancer. Most of them did not have the pattern. Some did. And guess what? Those women developed uterine cancer. So what they found is if you can cure the pattern in the field, if you can make the pattern coherent, then the spontaneous reaction is that the body heals. That doesn't exist if the pattern is coherent. So what's happening with the photon light and the Alkywan spheres is that it is creating coherence in your field, in the atmosphere, in the biofield, in the atmosphere around you. Some people respond very quickly to that. Other people take some time to respond to that, but everybody has some level of response to that. And sometimes that looks like healing.
It's kind of speaking. I was also going to say, I feel that the Alkywan spear would make a huge difference with someone that has cerebral palsy. I have cerebral palsy, so that's why I want to speak to it. So when I purchase it and have it in my condo, because I live in North Van in North Vancouver, and so my vision is once it's in my space, my I deal with pain. So once it's in my space, the pain will dissipate. And that's my vision. So it's going to be awesome having it in my space.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Candace, I see that happening for you. I can't promise you anything, but I vision that for you.
Yeah, I'm holding that vision. I'm very intuitive, and like the gods in my galactic, they have shown me. So it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
I will share once it comes to my place.
Yeah, do let me know and let us know your experiences.
I will for sure.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking to see this also for Candace. Washayla, just for clarification, because I think you mentioned field. When you mentioned the field, you were talking about the biofield, correct? Affecting it, the biofield?
Yes.
Like an environmental personal field? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So the field around, we could call it the aura, that's a less scientific name for it, the energy around our bodies, which, we have many levels, multiple dimensions of that. We have the field immediately around our bodies. When there are holes in that, that's when, we have issues, problems, diseases, and then that expands out and it continues expanding out very, very, very far. But really, I think what's most important for healing, we're working on the field within 18 to 24 inches, pretty much, of the body. However, that can also be done virtually. So time and space becomes less important when you're working virtually or interdimensionally. But yes, the biofield, the energy around our body, also known as the aura.
Thanks for that clarification. And I believe I've covered all the questions that were in the chat and also
Wonderful.
Questions that were sent to me personally.
Thank you so much. That's so helpful because it's much easier for me to hear you read them than to scroll through the chat and try and find them myself. So really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I feel like that's a good note to end on. This has been a wonderful group. I'm so happy to be with you all. If you do have any questions that you weren't comfortable asking here, do feel free to reach out to me by responding to the email that you got the Zoom link from that got you here. And I will do my best. Do know I still don't have power, but I do my best to get back. Just give me some grace right now. It's taken a little longer than normal, but I will certainly answer you when I get a chance. And if I don't, because I also have found out that I'm missing some texts and emails, they don't always get through for some reason. Just be tenacious. If I don't answer within a few days, then try again. Okay.
And just for everyone, I just wanted to let you know, Washayla, also I posted again your site with the Alkywan light spheres into the chat in case anybody wants to go and look at it. I'll post it again right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been so helpful, Olivia. This is such a dream. Everybody just give some love and gratitude to Olivia for helping me today. It's so nice to have a moderator. And there are so many things that I'm normally paying attention to when I don't have a moderator. It's made it much nicer for me personally. So, and I think the user experience or your experience is probably better too, because I'm not as distracted by letting people in and looking through the chat and things. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, Olivia.
Oh, you're so very
Olivia, you're awesome. You did an awesome job. Love everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Sheila, for allowing me to, be a part of this too.
Well, I absolutely love you. Why don't you tell everyone what you do, Olivia?
Okay, I'm now put on the spot. I am a Reiki master teacher. I am also a past life regressionist. I have used my Alkywan spheres for past life regression. And I have to say, completely changed the whole system, the whole game for my clients. So I cannot say enough. I'm so glad, I made this purchase a while back. My own personal story with these spheres is when Sheila first introduced them. I didn't really have at the time the funds to purchase that sphere. And I thought, oh my God, this is way too much. This is out of my league. But when I did the meditation with her, all of a sudden, it was like I just released all fears. And I just told myself, you know what? This is going to come to me however it's going to show up. And the next day, someone actually dropped the amount of money that I actually needed to purchase the sphere, and I went ahead and purchased it. So that's my personal experience with the spheres, and I've been meditating with them. They've assisted me with my meditations. The smaller ones that I showed, they help actually balance. I can feel them actually balance like my chakra system and just the feminine masculine balance within my body. So yeah, I use them daily. And yeah, that's all I can say.
Thank you. And Olivia, do you work virtually as well as in person?
Yeah, Olivia, I would love to work with you. So can you email me?
Absolutely. Candace, you know what? I'm going to put my email address in the chat. If anyone would like to reach out to me and ask me questions about whatever I can. I think I'm going to start doing more research on Alkywan, so I'll be able to answer questions for you about that too.
Yeah, can I give you my email address because I'm not able to write.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what, Candace, so you don't have to share it publicly on here because this will be going on YouTube. Yeah. I will share, when you message me, I will share your email with Olivia.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Yeah. So if
Scott wanted to say one more thing, Sheila, before we sign off.
Yeah. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. My question is from what Olivia said. When I first looked at these things, I was like, they're not cheap. Do they have payment plans for them, or you got to buy the whole thing at once?
We don't have payment plans yet. We do take credit card and PayPal. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I manifested this expensive pendant myself with the same way Olivia did. Just there was only 2 left in the whole country. I got it from Kate King. Wow. And the first one sold out in 2 days. I was really disappointed. And one of my mentors, I guess, told me to focus and just meditate and it'll come to you. And Kate King went back. She had one left at her factory or whatever. So I eventually ended up with it. But I thought that was a good question, that if they cost a lot, if we'd be able to do a payment system.
Just your credit card.
Okay.
But what I can say is that we are powerful manifestors. And if you're meant to have the technology, if you're meant to work with it, like Olivia's story is not unique to her. I've heard this from many people. Someone deposited money in her bank account when she asked. So go into collaboration and communication with the technology. Let it know what you want, what you need. It will provide if you're meant to work with it. And the only way that won't happen is if you're blocking it, if you're blocking your receiving. It's important to work on our receiving, as I'm learning myself through this whole hurricane experience. So yeah, just let it work with you. It wants to work with you. And if you feel that, then absolutely it will.
Excellent. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Welcome. All right. I think we need to close there. I do have I have a video to convert and some other things to do next. And it's been almost 2 hours and it's been so much fun. I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm just so delighted that we get together like this. Again, if you're not watching The Alchemy of Ascension season 6 and you want to, you can go to washailasananda.com/AOA6 and register, and you'll get the replay period's coming. So even though you missed some, you'll have an opportunity to catch up. Stepan has this interview there. And I also have a membership that I've opened up. It's very reasonable, $33 a month. We're going to do 2 Zoom calls. That's in addition to the Alkywan meditation each month, 2 Zoom calls every month. And then there are going to be things like a book club and mastermind and small pods. I'm going to have a forum or a way that you can communicate with each other, because it's all about community. And something that I know growing up as a contactee, starseed, psychically open child in the Midwest, in the Bible Belt, parents were Lutheran, and this very different type of community than what I was experiencing. I felt really alone, and that's why I do so much of the collaborations and so much work to connect us, because nobody should feel alone on their spiritual journey. We're all in this together, and we get to connect in community. So this is my next level of providing a community space. Yes, I'll be moderating and I will be doing the Zoom calls, but this is really about everybody connecting with each other and ascending together, working on our ascension together in a group, in a forum, in a membership site, community site, so that we can have, feel supported. We get to feel supported.
I'm already registered in the membership.
Thank you, Candace. That's wonderful. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, everybody, I am going to end there. I just want to thank you all again. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you have any questions, reach out by email. I love you. I cherish you. Namaste.
Namaste.